Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Solano College Sports Network. We have an exciting playoff matchup for you here tonight as we have the 6-4 Rio Americana Raiders taking on the Vacaville Bulldogs here at Tom Zunino Stadium. I'm Robert Murray. I'll be doing play-by-play duties for you here tonight. Joining alongside me doing color commentary, we have Domingo Daines and Daryl Johnson. Dom, I want to start with you. What can you tell us about the Raiders and their up-and-down season, but somehow found their way in the playoffs?
Yeah, this fifth-seed Raiders team, they're going up against their first challenge on the road against this Vacaville Bulldogs team. And we've seen these Bulldogs before. They're very good at the defensively. And, for this Raiders, you got to come in here and you got to have the most confidence in the world. You got to feel like you're the best team. No matter what it says on paper, you got to be delusional. You got to be delusional to be the winning team, and that's what I really believe. And you got to go with the people that got you here. You got to go with number 0 running back Raymar Griffith. He has 7 rushing touchdowns on the season. And also number 7 Ryder Trantham, the quarterback, with 12 touchdowns. So, you got to go with the guys that got you here. You said, like Robert said, it was an up-and-down season. So you got to come in here like you're the best in the world no matter what. And, I'm hoping to see that's how they squeak out a win today.
Well, we'll see if that underdog mentality works for them here tonight. Daryl, I want to go to you. What can you tell us about this Bulldogs team? They started off 0-2, but came into the playoffs hot, winning 8 straight ball games.
Oh, man. You talk about this Vacaville Bulldogs team, and their season has just been going great for them. Like you mentioned, Robert, 0-2, and on an 8-0 win streak. They're 6-0 in the Monticello Empire League Conference, and they're number 1 in that league. And then they have big wins against prestigious football programs like the El Cerrito Gachos. And then last game, they beat their rivals, the Wilsey Wood Wildcats, in the Black and Blue Bowl. You got captains like Brody Rogers, Devin Bishop, and Roman Connor Owens. And I expect this to be a great game for Vacaville Bulldogs.
Yeah, we'll see if the Mel champions can pull it off here tonight. But we're going to head over to Maxime Fullen and Josh Mojica with a little bit more on these two teams.
Thank you, Robert. Rio Americano sits at 6-4 this season, but they couldn't have done it without senior number 1, Devin Puentes. He's a trusted receiver with strong production, totaling over 500 yards with 29 catches. His acceleration is also a constant threat to move the ball. Let's hope Vacaville's defense is ready for speed and playmaking Puentes will bring tonight. On to you, Josh.
Thank you, Maxine. It is great to be back here on the field for some football action under the lights of a Friday night. And down here, you can feel the playoff atmosphere coming from the Vacaville home crowd. Now, the Bulldogs are entering the playoffs with an 8-game winning streak. And behind their success is their defense, led by their prolific safety, number 5, Jake Williams, who finished their regular season leading the Bulldogs in both total tackles with 78 and in interceptions with 3 picks. And tonight, we get to see him lead the Bulldogs once again for a potential playoff win here in front of their home crowd against the Rio Americana at the Capital Valley Conference. Robert, back to you.
Thank you for those reports, Josh and Maxine. And now we're going to take a quick word for our sponsor, James Thomas Media, your one-stop shop for all your video production needs. National anthem just concluded here at Tom Zunino Stadium, and we have a good matchup in store here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This matchup is going to be great. It just seems like 2 powerhouses are coming to play today. Even though, this Raiders team, they are 6-4, it doesn't matter. It seems like they're coming out here with the energy today. I don't know, maybe it's the energy that I'm feeling in the crowd, but, as somebody who is going to be all of us watching the Raiders tonight, it's how are they going to be able to stay confident? You know, there's going to be times where adversity is going to strike them, but, you know, it's going to be how can you bounce back from it? And, look, they're kicking the ball off right now, so the way that they can start this off with great momentum in this hostile environment at Tom Zunino Stadium is, you know, let's see a big play. A big play doesn't mean a touchdown. A big play could just be an energy play, something like making a big hit, a tackle, a fumble, a block, something to get your guys energized. Let's go and see it.
Rail to kick it away. Bishop and Williams back to receive. It'll be Williams who takes it out. Williams looking for a block on the left side. Williams has some space. Down the sideline he goes to the 40, getting tackled at the 50-yard line. And there's that big play you were talking about right there.
Yeah, that big energy play. Someone was going to bring it, whether it was Rio or whether it was Vacaville. And, you know, they just showed it right there. And that's the type of energy, the type of atmosphere that we are being able to enjoy here today in a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah, playoff football. Anybody can go to the next round as long as you put in that effort and hard work. But this Vacaville Bulldogs team, they came to play, put the bite down on them tonight. So I expect them to make all the great plays. You just see that great run back for the kick return, just starting it off with just energy. And yeah, I can feel it.
Absolutely. It's going to be 52 yards on the return by Williams. And we're going to see what this Bulldogs offense has in store here tonight. As we know, they're run heavy with Roman Connor Owens leading the way in rushing for them this season, 756 yards, 11 tuds on the ground. And this play is going to be blown dead.
What is that, timeout?
Yeah, and it looks like that might have been a false start. Yeah, it looks like they're going to get a false start or a man that was set in motion that wasn't ready for the ball to be snapped yet.
Yeah, you got to get your feet set, you know. Once your feet set, you can't move unless you're authorized to.
Chilly night here in Vacaville, California. Might hear a little scuffle in the voices, including mine.
Oh.
It's going to be handoff from Jackson to Connor Owens. Connor Owens fighting for yards is going to be held to a gain of 3.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to be expected to see a lot tonight, excuse me. This Raiders defense, their defense is underrated compared to their offense. You know, they have some very good superstar players on their offense, but their defense isn't talked about that much. But, you know, that's just an example of what they can do.
Bulldogs break the huddle. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jackson takes a snap. To the left side, and it's caught.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be Connor Golden on the left side.
Yeah, and that was just a great play by Connor Golden. Also a great play by Brandon Jackson to be able to survey the zone defense and find that pocket right there. You know, that flat defender went and dropped down to Roman Connor Owens that ran a flat route. So that curl route was wide open in between the deep third defender in that flat defender.
Playing too much Madden?
Oh, yeah. That's how you know these formations.
Playing in zone.
They just...
2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Connor Owens on 3rd and short. And it looks like he may have the first down. He does.
Oh, they gave it to him. And you see they're not taking no negative yards, you know, that defensive end, tight end core, they keep on pushing. Like when they're on offense, they're just bulldozing. When they're on defense, it's a brick wall. They're not going, the defender's not going nowhere. And Bulldogs, all bite, no bark.
It's a great way of putting it, all bite, no bark.
And it looks like there's going to be an official timeout, as I believe that the sideline judge on Rio Americana believes that that ball was not a first down. I think they're going to try to, they're talking it over right now, and it looks like they're going to talk about moving the sticks backwards to go change it, but now they can't do nothing about it because the chain gang already moved. So
yeah, the first down is going to stand. Hard to believe it's 57 degrees out here.
Oh, yeah, you know, I'm used to worse, though. You know, I took a trip to Europe, so in that snow, it's way different.
Europe's quite the extreme on weather. Jackson takes a snap, handed off, and Connor Owens is met in the backfield, not even getting a gain on the play. We're going to have a little chippiness after the play, but that's playoff football.
That's the first tackle for loss I've seen in a couple games Vacaville took. So, don't know. The Rio Americana Raiders might have came to play because other teams, like I said, the El Cerrito Gauchos, a prestigious football program, you're only as good as your competition. So if the Bulldogs is ready to roll over them, who's next?
Exactly. And that's what I talked about, confidence. Coming in here with confidence, that be delusional that you are the best team in the building.
Absolutely. Jackson takes a snap, fakes a handoff to Connor Owens, throws it to the right side, caught by Bishop, has some space over there on the sideline, gets out of bounds.
Devin Bishop. And he's just fast, man. And, the blitz defender, he hesitated for a second. Wasn't sure if the running back had the ball. The quarterback gave the quarterback time to roll out and find his target. And you know what? Devin Bishop, he's gone.
Yeah, Devin Bishop, electric returner, so you can see why the Bulldogs want to get him included on offense early. Jackson, out of the shotgun formation, takes a snap, hands it up to Connor Owens up the middle. Never mind, he keeps it for himself, reverse, going towards that right side, being pushed out of bounds. I even got faked out on that one.
Some trickery.
Yeah, and we've seen, I believe that is number 18. Number 19, excuse
Zaylin
me.
Alderondo.
We've seen him in a couple of games, come with this speed, come with that 99 speed, where he gets that defense. It gets called on plays that, gets this defense not focused. And that's what happened. They were focused on number 11, Connor Owens. That's the thing that they've been seeing on film all week, and, they haven't seen him. So those are the surprise plays that you're willing to see from this Vacaville Bulldogs team.
First drive of the game. 3 minutes off the clock already. Handoff to the right side. Connor Owens looking for the end zone, and he has it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And there it goes, Roman Connor Owens. That's what we just talked about. They're so focused on him. That's the type of thing that you need in a game like this. You need diversity. You have those superstar players in Roman Connor Owens. Those are the players that these teams know you're going to give the ball to. They know that's going to get the majority of the touches. But if you get these players that are more underrated and underground the ball, it gets teams confused. Like, okay, wait a minute, we didn't see this on the scouting report.
Rome Griego's extra point is up, and it is good. 7-0 is the score here on the Solana College Sports Network. 8:53 to play in the first quarter. And what a statement drive right there by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was crazy. Brendan Jackson, even with the slightest of movements, confuses the defenders. They don't know if it's play action. They don't know if it's a trick play. A bag full of tricks. He's just doing the magician thing tonight and just hocus pocus, touchdown.
Well, in the classroom, hocus pocus, everybody focused. No one was focused on that defensive drive.
Nobody was focused. And being Rio Americano, the Raiders, their defense actually held up pretty well for a while. Held up pretty well. We're used to just seeing this Vacaville Bulldogs offensive line run over just any team that's in front of them, but they held strong. They held their gap assignments, and they weren't letting nothing fall for anything.
That's wishful thinking because they got steamrolled to the touchdown. I know what you're saying, Dom, but Vacaville on top.
Griego kicks it away, and it's going to be fielded by Deshadas. Deshadas trying to stay on his feet but can't, and is dropped down at the 15-yard line.
Yeah. He actually fell, slipped. Is it raining? The turf is slippery or?
Malcolm and AJ running the TriCaster said they seen you do that at a time.
Oh, yeah. I slipped on some banana peels on the field a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it is live on footage on the Solana College Sports Network. Offense is going to take over here for the Raiders. First play of the game is going to be a run to the left side, cutting it back to the right, and it's going nowhere. The Bulldogs are all over it.
Yeah, and that's what this Bulldogs seen on film. I actually was talking to you, Robert, earlier. I have some of their plays written out, did my own little film study. What did they do? This is what they did. They ran a fullback stretch. I even seen that. And
Well, you were telling me before that even happened, you said how much you want to bet. First play of the game.
Yeah, first play of the game, and that's what they went to.
And you would have won some money right there if I bet.
Yeah, I definitely did. And look, they're going back to the same formation again that I have written in my notebook.
Okay.
Trantham, the pistol formation, motions a man out to the left.
Are you saying they're
Throwing it out there. Screen pass. Has some space. Swallowed up after 5.
Yeah, and so they're going to be looking to get number 0, Raymar Griffith, the ball all game. You know, that's their superstar. That's what they rely on heavily, which is their run game. We've seen the Bulldogs rely on their run game a lot. I mean, that's what opens up their passing game. So, you know, Roman Connor Owens, the Mike linebacker, you know, he has to tell his defense, okay, we've studied this on film. We've seen this, okay? So we got to stay ready, do our job, and then, you know, execute. And the same thing goes for the Raiders as well. You know, we studied their defense. Got to execute.
Absolutely. Execution is the key. Motion man over to the right. Looking over that way, and his incomplete intended target is Squaglia.
Yeah, just underthrew his target. And let's talk about that first play of this drive. You know, Brody Rogers in the defensive front actually pushed him back to make this first down just terrible for them. And are they going for it?
That looks to be the signs early.
Whoa.
They know it's not gonna. This game is gonna come down to punts. They know they got to get out and do something early.
Trantham looks to be maybe trying to draw people off sides.
Yeah.
Looks like he was going back
That could be
a little bit. Potential punt.
Yeah, these Rio Americana Raiders, you know, they actually, you know, fought to be in this playoff game. You know, the last 2 games they had was, you know, close games, won or lost by 3 points. You know, they lost a game against the Intercom Tigers, 20-17. Then the close win against the Christian Brothers Falcons, 24-21. So, you know, if you can't score against this Vacaville team, they're not going to let you win by 3 points.
Yeah, they're not going to let you win by 3 points, and they're definitely not going to let you win by your defense. In order to beat this team, you need to be offensively ready. You need to be able to put up the same points that they are. You know, reciprocate the same type of drive that they did. You know, you got to keep on doing that. They play mistake-free football. They don't do a lot of mistakes on offense.
They decided to punt it, it looks like.
It looks like we are going to punt this one away. And it is blocked or tipped at least. Weird formation, seeing Trantham punt that. Very close.
Yeah, that was like a spread formation, like they were going to go for it. And maybe they might go to that same look again, but except go for it the next time.
Yeah. And the ball lands in Rio American Raiders territory. So this is setting Vacaville up with great field position.
Yeah, short field for the Bulldogs coming up.
Yeah.
7:10 remaining on the first quarter.
Yeah, and the short field, we've seen that all season. They've always started out within their opponent's 50-yard line. I don't believe that we've seen many times that they've started on their own side of the field. So this is normal to them. They're probably most likely going to go for a RPO right here.
Jackson, Ocean's man out left. It's Williams, but he's going to hand this one off, and I believe Bajorzen just got instantly tackled for a gain of 1.
Yeah, so it looks like this defensive front, they're looking for what they've seen on film all week. This is what they've been studying. They've been studying their run game. They know that if they stop this run game, that the pass isn't going to be able to, you know, build itself up, because that's how it works. You know, you start with your run game builds your offense. Your run game builds your passing game. And if you don't have that, then what type of passing game do you have? You're just going to have to start that from giving your quarterback confidence in throwing the ball.
Spread formation for Jackson. Takes a snap, looking right, sees no one.
Ooh.
Has no one over, under a lot of pressure, makes one man miss, makes another defender miss, breaking some tackles. All for a gain of 6.
Oh, man.
And the ref.
The razzle-dazzle, slip and slide. You touched me, but tag, you're not it. Next level, next level.
Well, I got to imagine the condensation building on our table
Right.
can't be that good on the turf as well.
Right.
Definitely not.
Making it slippery. It's Mr. Too Slippery.
And that's the type of things that comes with playoff football in the season of November, in the month of November. It's a different type of atmosphere. It's a different type of play style that you play compared to August. Very different.
Warmer weather shifts to cold. And these are moments teams are made for. Jackson takes a snap, throws it right immediately. It's intercepted. The Raiders have it down the sideline, and it's going to be a tackle made by Bajorson. And that's the momentum you need if you are the Rio Americana Raiders right now. Looks to be number 11, Chavez.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, and they're anticipating that short throw. So now the defenders are sitting on that short route now because they've seen it before. So you can't continuously go to that for a cop out when you're in trouble. You have to look for different targets. Maybe your mid read, your deep read.
And that was a great adjustment by the coaching staff.
Right.
First of all, they ran that same play on third down over here earlier when I said it, that they caught it in between the deep third defender and the flat defender. They adjusted. They knew that's what they were going to go to again on that third down and intercepted it.
Trantham takes a snap, hands it off to Griffith. Griffith breaking one tackle is going to go nowhere. Loss of a few on the play.
And they love that stretch play. They love that stretch play out of the pistol formation where they have two receivers on the left or right side down blocking those cornerbacks and letting that fullback get outside to the edge and set the edge for that running back. But this Vacaville defense, Roman Connor Owens, like I said, I preach this all the time, is that these linebackers know how to fill gaps. They know how to read this type of stuff.
Hard count by Trantham. No one budges. Trantham takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff, finding some space to the left side, but ultimately a gain of 2 on the play.
Back to the original line of scrimmage.
It's going to be Trace Kloss with the carry.
Yeah, and that's their fullback. That's what they like to run all the time. I mean, in the Christian Brothers game, this is what they ran. They ran that stretch formation. They ran a pistol set where they're motioning out number 0, Raymar Griffith, into the wide receiver set and into a spread look and giving him the ball. They're able to interchange the running back and the fullback in a way that they can use them both very good offensively.
I see shotgun formation here for Trantham and the Raiders offense. 2 receivers right, rolling that way. Trantham looking for a man deep. He has him, and he overthrows him. Intended target was Puentes.
Crowd wants a flag, but that throw looked uncatchable regardless. He looks like he overthrew him by a lot.
If that throw was a little bit in play more, that flag would have definitely been thrown. But unfortunately, since the quarterback overthrew him, the ref is not going to give him that.
Well, we were watching warm-ups earlier, and the kicker, Rael Henry, hitting it from 45 consistently during warm-ups.
Yeah.
That's a boot, especially in high school. That's the boot. Maybe the next Jason Elam.
But it is 4th down nonetheless. Too long of a field goal at the high school level.
Janikowski.
Trantham takes a snap, is rolling out right. Throwing that direction, and it is caught. Puentes on the right side, 1st down, Raiders.
And that's Devin Puentes. That's one of their stars. And he averages 60 yards per game. He's coming in this game, this playoff game, with 9 total touchdowns, and he's one of the main targets for this Raiders team. And he's actually on kick return also, so I want to see his star power.
A little bit of a hurry up, as it's going to be a handoff. Left side, some space, 5 yards on the play for Kloss. He's still pushing.
Yeah, and that's their hard runner. That's their fullback. That's their Kyle Juszczyk that they have. He's not afraid to get down in the dirt and, go north to south.
And we're seeing this hurry up once again. Raiders have momentum. They don't want to lose it.
And they put Carter Edmonds in at the line.
And we're going to have a false start. They were just going to give it to the hot hand and Kloss, but O-line moved way too early.
That's good because they put in the big boy Carter Edmonds and to stop that run,
Yeah.
Looked to be Jaden Eversole, who moved early on that left side.
Yeah, it seemed like the offensive line moved early and the the fullback, moved early. But the reason why they went to that no huddle is because they seen that they pancaked a few of their linemen. I'm pretty sure that was Brody Rogers that was on his back that last play, and that's their star captain. You
Yeah,
know, that's
Brody
their
Rogers
that's
is
their
right
all
there.
team or their first team defensive end in the Mel. So they seen that he was on the ground and he was tired. They're trying to get that hurry up offense. You know, they're tired. They're gonna run the ball down your throat.
Rogers, the leader in this team in sacks with 5. Trantham takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Kloss once again.
Oh,
Kloss has some space
he
on the
finds a
right
hole.
side. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
And
They're just going through these holes and making them, and I'm actually surprised. I haven't seen the Vacaville defense play like this whole season, and but it's still early in the game, and anything can happen. But it's a great game so far.
This
Yeah.
is the 4 and 5 seeds going at it. 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Same formation for Trantham. Looking over to his sideline, getting a new play. Griffiths back into the game. And he's going to take the handoff, and it's going to be a keeper, actually, with Trantham. Trantham has some space on the right sideline, and he is going to be brought down.
Read option. And if the DN bites on my running back, I take the ball and I run it myself. And that's a great way just to look at the sideline, see what they see, because sometimes the sideline might see something we don't see. So that's actually a great play.
yeah, and that's a lot. We've seen Brody Rogers run down the line a little too many times, like even against Sac.
Trantham takes a snap, hands it off to Griffith. This time he has some space, right side, touchdown Raiders. Score is 7-6. Extra point pending.
Yeah, extra point is definitely pending, and this is what I knew was gonna happen. I watched the film. Even when they played Wood Creek in week 1 of this, or week 1 or week 3 of this season, this is the type of plays that they ran. They ran the read options with the quarterback. They're very versatile in their offensive play. That's why I said that their offense is, mostly the overrated thing about their team.
Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. Score is 7-7, 2:21 to play in the first.
Yeah, and we knew that extra point was going to be given. Like you said, we've seen him drilling 45ers like casually.
Rael Henry, good kicker. Might come down to him later in this game.
Yeah,
but
I
stay
think-
tuned.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it definitely is. It's going to come down to the type of, I know Daryl said that, Vacaville is not going to let you win by 3 points, but if you have a kicker that can kick, that can make those deep kicks. Vacaville has a kicker, but I wouldn't say that they don't have a deep kicker.
This is new for me, what I'm seeing with the
That's pretty
cheerleaders in
nice.
front of us.
Yeah.
They have the nice moves.
I've never seen going back and forth with just one cheerleader.
Hey, can the cameraman get some of this good stuff? But
This is the type of atmosphere that we like to see. We got both sides. We got cheerleaders on both sides. We got crowds on both sides.
Okay.
It's going to be a little squibber to the left side. It's going to be fielded on the left side. Had a little bit of space up the middle, but ultimately brought down at the 30-yard line.
And we're going to see the Vacaville Bulldogs showcasing what they can do in their own side of the field. We haven't seen them, like I said earlier, and like what Daryl says, is that they're so used to running the ball down people's throat, and Brendan Jackson making these quick adjustments, these quick moves to where you're not able to see if it's an RPO or if it's a play action or if it's a run or a pass. So, these are the type of little things that we're here to see. So.
Well, Jackson and the offense coming back out, 2:14 to play. 7-7 is the score here on the Solano College Sports Network in the first quarter. Can Jackson bounce back after his interception last drive? It's going to be a throw to the right side. It's going to be caught out there. Has some space. Breaking tackles. Brought down at the 48-yard line. Jake Williams with the catch and run.
Yeah, Jake Williams did his thing on the wide receiver screen. Got trips out there, only 2 defenders out there. So, of course, it's a number of games. If I got more blockers pushing you, I'm eventually going to, let the get the playmakers the ball, make sure they make the.
Yeah, make those plays, and that's their base offense, is running those RPO plays.
Isaac Gomez a little shaken up after that last play for the Raiders. It's going to be a pass for Jackson. Has no one to the left. Trying to roll to the right. He has a lot of room. Breaking a few tackles. Staying on his feet. Makes it 2nd down and short.
I was surprised he actually broke that tackle. That was actually a great form tackle, great pursuit angle that DB took right there. But, Brendan Jackson being that superstar quarterback, he's going to let the team, he's going to tell the team, get on my back. I got you guys.
Yeah.
Even though after the interception, in his mindset. We've talked to him actually in a few post-game interviews that he's not focused on the game that they just won. They're already on to the next week. So he's probably thinking, I'm ready on to the next play. I'm on to the next drive. I'm not worried about the interception.
Yeah, Jackson, 1,632 passing yards, 70% completion percentage. Motions a man over. It's Williams to the right. Williams is going to take the handoff. Has some space. He has the first down.
Yeah. And Brendan Jackson today is looking like Lamar Jackson, scrambling and leaving the pocket, making these plays, and they're driving. And I'm glad that he's not letting that last interception affect his composure right now. Just sometimes we make mistakes, and then how can we come back from that?
Absolutely. Brendan Jackson's not going to let that interception stay in his mind. As you can see, number 50, Isaac Gomez, was getting some treatment there on the sideline. Jackson, shotgun formation, takes a snap, hands it off. It's going to be Bajorzen down after a gain of 5.
Yeah, and they're both just going to this pulling game, both of these teams. The Raiders, they ran their counter O game where, they made it look like they're going to do a pull, but it's a misdirection going the other way. And this Vacaville Bulldogs team, they like to, run that TG, that tackle guard pull. And, we've seen that multiple times, multiple games against SAC, against Vanden, also a team that's in this playoff bracket.
20 seconds remain here in the first quarter. Jackson surveying the D, seeing pre-snap. Takes a snap, hands it off once again to Bajorzen, and he has the first down. That's going to probably do it here in this first quarter. Score is 7-7. Tied, Raiders, Bulldogs going at it. Daryl, what have you liked so far in this first quarter for the Raiders?
For the Raiders, I liked how they made that adjustment to know that, to predict that a short throw was coming, because that's the tendencies of the Vacaville Bulldogs. When you get in trouble, you guys just constantly throw to the short receiver. And number 11, Nico Chatis, he was able to capitalize on that. And, the Vacaville Bulldogs started off in the Raiders' field.
And Dom, what'd you like from the Bulldogs early on in this game?
I like that they're sticking to their game plan, sticking to what they're always used to doing. They always like to start off in their base formation, which I believe is, that wingback set where they have Brady Wright, be that wingback and he motions out, or he'll go and cross block into an inside split zone, which is a type of running scheme that they usually do. And that's just what they like to do a lot. And they're going to it, but don't run away from it when things get hard. And I think that's what they're usually good at, is that they don't run away from the things that they usually do to get here, to get to places like this. But I believe that this defense is going to bring them a challenge. This isn't going to just be, an easy game for them. Some people thought that this Rio Americana Raiders team was very underrated, so I believe that they're going to come in here with confidence.
Jackson takes a snap, and we are going to have a pre-snap penalty. Winner of this 4-5 seed matchup will take on the winner of the 1 and 8 seed. That's going to either be Destiny Christian Academy or Wood Creek.
Yeah, and Rio and Americano, they actually played Wood Creek earlier in the season, September, I believe, and they got blown out pretty bad, I would say. I believe it was 17-45 or something like that. But, some of the plays that we're seeing right now, that's the same things that, we seen in that last game. So that's why none of these plays that they're running doesn't surprise me.
Jackson trips to the left. It's going to throw it out that way for Bishop. Bishop is going to break one tackle, has some space on the left sideline, but is finally tripped up after a gain of 4.
Short throws could possibly set up for the medium throws or deep throws later on in the game. So it's always good to have that in your repertoire. I'm curious to see how, the Vacaville Bulldogs are going to do. But what about the El Cerrito Gauchos? After their loss against the Bulldogs, they're also 8-2. You think they're going to match up in the playoffs? too? That would be a great rematch.
They're not on this side of the bracket, actually.
Okay.
But another Monticello Empire League opponent, Vanden, they are in this bracket. So the Bulldogs and Vikings could potentially meet for another matchup, but it's a handoff to Bajorazin.
Yeah, and this defense, they're coming out hot. They're adjusting. That's the thing that I believe that is what's really going to take them a long way is the way that they adjust to this Vacaville Bulldogs adjustments as well. Not only do they adjust as an offense, you know, you have to be able to adjust with the other opponent's adjustment. I know I'm saying adjustment like 10 billion times, but
I believe it is new this year for the brackets, though, where it's only 8 seeds.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that would be great to see both of those Titans go at it again.
But back to this game right now. 7-7 is the score. A minute and 30 off the clock here in the second. Jackson rolling out to his right. Sees no one downfield. There is a flag on the play. Pump takes the throw. Breaks one tackle. Is finally tackled. Potentially as the first down.
It looks like there's going to be a holding call, though, or blocking the back.
Jackson missed his read with the slant receiver. He was open, calling for the ball.
Yeah, I believe the pressure got to him, though. The pressure got to him, and he had to roll out right from that pocket. You know, got hit a few times, but, you know, now they're looking at a little bit of adversity. A little adversity getting pushed behind the sticks. A lot, actually. And like the crowd is actually saying right now, capitalize. And that's the same thing I'm probably going to say is, you know, like I said, this defense is the underrated part of their team. Their offense is the part of their team that's, you know, highly rated. So use the opportunities that you get where you have the Bulldogs backed up like this. It's a third down behind the sticks.
We got 3rd and 20 coming up.
Watch the matchup with Devin Bishop.
Bishop at the bottom of the screen. Motions a man over. Jackson under a lot of pressure is a screen pass. And he is going to be tripped up at the 30-yard line.
And this crowd is going wild for their team.
Do we dare see a field goal attempt from Rome Griego right here?
And that was just an amazing tackle. Amazing tackle. Be able to have that play recognition, you know, okay, they're running a screen to my side. I'm not scared of those big linemen that are coming running at me. I'm getting under that block, and I'm making a tackle.
Yeah, Rio Americano has just as big guys on their team, too.
Yeah.
So, you know, just watching two sumos go at it.
Exactly.
Who's stronger?
Vacaville's used to playing these teams that are, I guess you would say, a little bit more undersized than them, but
Teeny weeny baby.
Going for it here on 4th down is the Bulldogs. Big pressure moment. Crowd is loud on the away side. Jackson going deep towards the end zone. Has Bishop and overthrows him. Bishop had a man beat over the middle.
Yeah.
Bulldogs cannot capitalize.
Oh, that was crazy.
and that's what happens when you go away from your run game. That's what happens. Look, like I said, the only way that you're going to build your offensive game through the pass game is you're going to have to build your quarterback confidence. But when he's in a position like that, 4th and 20 or 4th and 14 or something like that, you know, that's a lot of pressure. And that was a throw that we've seen him usually make, but unfortunately that was an overthrow. But that was fortunate for the Raiders defense.
I like that play. I don't like the throw. One-on-one with that, 50-50, throw it down a little bit. He makes the catch.
Much rather throw that short than overthrow it.
Yeah.
As Don is counting the men on the field for the pre-snap penalty, but we're gonna have a false start instead.
Yeah, I thought it was too many men
see
on
you
the
pointing
field.
out.
Yeah, I was confused on why it was a false start. I feel like the play clock of the refs weren't even set.
Feels like no one was set.
Yeah.
Trantham
See what
takes the snap, hands it off to Kloss. Kloss goes nowhere.
Yeah, that just shows the type of adjustments that both of these coaches make, and I praise coaching every single time we're up here in the booth. I mean, the Vacaville Bulldogs, they have their own sideline screen where they're able to see what type of plays and what type of things that the defenses or offenses are running on them that they're able to adjust to for the next drive coming up. So like they seen that misdirection, they were there to blow it up.
Squaglio was running like a madman down the sideline.
Yeah, he was testing out those legs. Let's see if it works.
Trantham looking to that left side, and it's going to be caught by number 1, Devin Puentes.
That's a big target right there. That's a star. That's a captain for this Raiders team. And
yeah, the senior, 5'10", 165. Plays bigger than that.
Yeah.
Super glue hands. Hasn't dropped nothing all day.
Yeah, that's their guy at the receiving position. And they're looking to give him the ball more and more. That's the same thing that we seen Vacaville do, where they had people pulling down the flat defenders and finding that little gap in between the zones.
7:45 here to play in the second quarter. Raiders break the huddle. And to see that same formation just flip to the strong side of the field. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Motion man going over. It's Campbell. Campbell on the right side. Trantham looking that way. Throws it, and it is dropped.
Drops it. He's mad at
Point
himself.
has had some space on that right side.
And I was just talking about his super glue hands. And now I have to take it back. It's Elmer's glue, where
Hasn't dried yet.
yeah, it's still. But we all make mistakes, and
Well, big 4th down coming up.
And that was a great play concept. You just got to reel that one in.
they're going for it.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Had someone move early, but the snap didn't get off. Looks like we're going to back up for that punt. Trantham takes a snap and is just going to kick this one away. It's over the head of everyone. Williams looked like he was tempted to go back and get it.
Yeah, it takes a Vacaville Bulldogs friendly bounce. Yeah, that formation confuses me. I'm thinking they're going for it or they're faking it, so maybe they can throw it or kick it depending on how the defense reacts to what's going on, so.
And that's the advantages that you have when you line up in a formation like that. Like I said, later down the stretch, if it really is going to come down to it, the quarterback's the punter. So if he wanted to, he can really go throw it to somebody.
Right.
Well, at that point, on 4th down, do you play like some sort of cover 3 and have just a deep safety back there?
Yeah.
Maybe Williams, returner, usually on kickoffs.
Yeah, have a man in between. I remember back when I was also on the punt team, I played defense as well, is that when we would transition from defense to punt recovery, we would have the middle linebacker play in between the returner and the line.
And it's going to be a reverse from Jackson, handing it off to Griego. Griego, the kicker, going down the left side.
Cuts the corner.
Rarely gets some run at receiver. He is listed as that on the depth chart.
Yeah, and at the start of this season, he actually had a broken collarbone. So being able to see him in the postseason making a magnificent play like that, impacting play, this is something that is it's amazing to see.
And I will confirm, I did see a picture of that broken collarbone.
Ooh, ouch.
Yep, Robert Murray, the source himself.
Some Vacaville high schoolers showed me it, and I was just like, kind of shocked. I was at work. We just claimed that right now, and this play's going to be blown up. Is the ball on the ground? It is. Do the Raiders have it? They do.
Oh, no.
And just another costly turnover for the Bulldogs. Interception, now fumble. Nothing's going right.
Yeah, and they're hyped up. Like I said, before the kickoff even happened, confidence plays where it doesn't matter if it's a touchdown or a first down. It's those impacting energy plays. And that's happened. That was a clear misstep by number 11, Roman Connor Owens, on the fumble. He got the handoff was a little bit weird, and one of those tacklers got his hand in there and ripped it out, and they got that ball.
Yeah, the team leader in touchdowns, usually reliable on the ground. Fumbles it. Kloss to the right side, has some space. Looks to be pushed out after a gain of 5.
I hope that doesn't ruin.
And we're going to have a late penalty called.
Oh.
Looks to be
Personal foul.
unsportsmanlike, unnecessary roughness.
And those are the costly fouls that you don't want on yourself. That's what's going to get this Raiders team into the end zone. These are the type of plays that's going to get them into the end zone if you don't capitalize.
Yeah, and the turnover points, you just had an interception. Now you have a fumble. Give me a break. Give a dog a bone. Hopefully they can come back.
Well, these Bulldogs might need a treat right now.
Yeah, they just gave up more yards.
Yeah, 15 yards after that late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, and most of the time that we've seen them play this season, we haven't seen them, be in adversity where it looks like the other team kind of has the momentum in the game.
6:54 here to play in the first half. Trantham under center. Takes a snap. Deep drop going down to the right side. Has a man, and it's dropped.
And that's
Looks to be number 3, Josh Squaglia.
Remember, he was testing his legs, the afterburners. These guys can't stick me, so just throw it up to me, please. But you got the legs. You got to have the hands. And
there's Squaglia right there running back.
The defender couldn't even locate the ball, so he had his back towards the ball. So the receiver has the advantage when that happens all the time. So, unfortunately, missed opportunity. Squaglia.
Well, under center, deep shot on first down, 2nd and 10, 6:47 here to play in the first half. Trantham takes a snap, hands it off to Griffith. Griffith goes nowhere. Bulldogs are all over it.
Yeah, and you see the Bulldogs, they're trying to get themselves hyped up now. They just got their energy taken away by the Raiders, and now they're trying to take that energy back. And it looks like the ref is telling Roman Connor Owens to calm down a little bit before that flag, that laundry bag comes out of his pocket.
I can see him being passionate. This is a playoff game. We could go to the state championships, put another banner in our school gymnasium, have another trophy in the trophy room. You're playing with your heart out, man.
Well, along with Roman Connor Owens, Chance Fritch over there on that far sideline from us, he was hyped up as well. Squaglia late getting out to the formation. Receiver at the bottom of the screen. We are going to have a timeout called by the Raiders.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little bit of a miscommunication from the quarterback and number 3 on the Raiders. Number 3, that'll be Josh Squaglia. Right?
Squaglia.
Squaglia,
Okay,
yes.
Squaglia, yeah. He's pretty fast too. He
had to go get corrected.
Like on that dive play, he just ran the whole field. Like why would you do that? But he's testing his legs, testing the defenders, how they act in coverage, and he's telling that information to the quarterback. Definitely. So throw the ball my way because guess what? They're playing lackadaisical on me, and I'm gonna make a big play. Trust me. Yeah, what you think about the game so far, Robert?
You know what? I'm just enjoying calling an entertaining game. As my voice is still feeling the effects of this sickness.
Yeah, and their record, even though being 6-4, they're not playing like a 6-4 team right now. I'll tell you that.
They're playing like they own the place.
Yeah, and that's what I say. You got to be delusional, like you the best player, the best team in the building.
Trantham takes a snap, rolling out to his left, far side of the field. Has a man, and it's going to be caught by Puentes on the left side. Toe drag swag.
Toe touch the ballerina tiptoe. That's Devin Puentes. Just, And now I have to say it again. You done stepped it up from Elmer's glue to super glue again. Back, throw the,
Puentes, the leading receiver on this team, 29 catches, 546 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah. But this, the stats might say that, but he's playing like he has 1,000 yards receiving with that catch.
Trantham hands it off to Griffith. Griffith's to the left sideline, and he is going nowhere tonight.
Yeah, Puentes didn't let that last drop discourage him, and when the game is on the line, he's making the right plays. And sometimes it just takes a little bit to warm up. Like you said, Rob, it's kind of cold out here.
Well, it's hard to believe it's in the 50s. Feels colder than that.
Yeah, and
with your fingers.
We do have some rain on the way here in Northern California, though. It's not going to rain tonight.
Okay.
But rest of the week, it's looking bad.
Wow. Let's enjoy this beautiful day then. Beautiful night.
5:34 here to play in the first half at Tom Zunino Stadium. Squaglia at the top of the screen. Puentes motions over, takes the little hitch pass. Has nowhere to go.
And that's that Vacaville Bulldog team, still improving, not letting anything get to them. Just, just take it one play at a time. We made mistakes. It's not anybody's fault. It just happens in the game sometimes, but let's just capitalize and just work better. Let's not let that affect us.
Yep, hold your composure. That's what you have to do in a playoff matchup like this, where, you might have thought it was a given. I seen at the pregame warm-ups that Vacaville was kind of messing around later into their warm-up, and, Rio Americana seems like they took that serious.
3rd and long coming up for the Raiders. It's just going to be a handoff to Griffith. It's going to be stopped short of the first down marker by a few yards. Might see a chance
Try to do
for Rael Henry to come out and kick a field goal.
Yeah, and in my
HB draw
film analysis, I actually wrote down in those formations that they do run draw plays.
Yeah.
So, I seen that one coming from a mile away. It seems like make sure that they don't bring it into a habit that every 3rd down that they do try to run those draw plays. But, they seem like it worked there a little bit. Still 4th down, 4th and manageable. Definitely not 4th and short, but 4th and better.
What do you think they're going to do, Rob?
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, and a playoff
With a kicker like Henry, though.
Yeah, I think that's probably what the coach and the ref is going over right now.
Okay. Let's see what
3:53 here to play in the first half, and you might see Henry come onto the field.
Yeah, I know.
Every point counts.
Yeah, I know, Daryl, you said that, like I said earlier, that the Bulldogs won't let you win by 3 points. But, 3 points is still better than being tied, though. 3 points is definitely better than being tied. And, that could have been a determining factor when this Bulldogs team played Vanden, another team that's in this playoff bracket. If Vanden would have had a kicker, there was many times where they were in field goal range, where they could have kicked it, and they didn't, and they ended up losing that game. Even though it was by a touchdown, they had the score, they had the lead up early with that thick 6, with that D tackle, catching that interception and taking it back on this side of the field that Americano is actually facing. 4th
and short here, or 4th and medium, actually. Raiders are going for it. Trantham takes a snap, throws it over the middle, and it's caught. First down.
Yeah, that's Devin Pointes. And like I said, he's the star. That's the only person they're targeting right now. So that's who they trust can make the play. And, hey, coach trusts him, team trusts him, quarterback trusts him.
Just a receiver who balls with the guardian cap.
Don't let us down.
Yep, and look out for the counter right here.
Trantham awaiting his coach's decision. Approaching 3 minutes to play here in the first half. 7-7 is the score. Gloss motions out to the left. Empty backfield. It's going to be a throw slant. Incomplete.
And that was a great play there by number 17 on the Chance Fritz. That was a great play right there to be able to, take that 3-step break and break on the ball on that slant.
Especially break up the pass. The receiver has it for a quick second, and you lay down the hit or get your arm in there, jar the bar loose. And
yeah.
Campbell was the intended target on the play.
And that type of break, be able to break on the ball coming off of a back pedal like that, that is very high level. It's a very good technique. So, those are things that some people don't notice.
Snap, Trantham is under a lot of pressure, able to avoid it, has some space on the left side. Trantham, 5, and is brought down at the 4-yard line.
Woo, Ryder Trantham with the scramble. The pressure came, and he just found an exit.
Yeah.
With that exit, we can make more steps.
Well, it looked like Brady White had a clean sack on that right side.
Yeah, and that's that determination and willpower. Like I said, you got to have the confidence and be delusional that you're the best team in the building.
3rd and short coming up, able to pick up a first down still. Trantham, quarterback keeper himself, and he's going to be blown up. 4th and short coming up.
And that was actually number 11, Nico Chats, in the Wildcat, actually.
Excuse me, Nico Chats. And it looks like we are going to go for it if we're the Raiders. We've been aggressive all drive.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, but remember.
And Henry just put his hands up. He said, why not me?
Yeah, they have a very good kicker.
Uh-oh.
But this is a great situation to go for it. Long field if the Bulldogs are able to force a turnover on downs.
In that I formation.
Like you were saying, Daryl, I formation, receiver either side for Trantham. Takes a snap. It's going to be a fullback dive, and the Bulldogs are able to stop it. Turnover on downs.
No. That's got to just break your heart. And like you say, we got Brody Rogers. We have so many people on the front, and this is what they're used to doing, just setting up a brick wall, not letting the offense even move an inch.
Yeah, being able to hold your composure. Roman Connor Owens, the reason why that the Raiders got down this far down the field was because of a fumble that he caused. He was the first player on contact to wrap that running back up, to wrap that fullback up, which allowed the rest of his guys to rally to the ball and make a tackle. That's just a great heads-up play by the Mike linebacker.
Absolutely, great play. Jackson in the offense, back out.
What are they going to do with it? Oh,
2 minutes to play. Jackson going deep down the left side, has a man. Incomplete. Intended target was Connor Golden.
And he broke it up.
That was great defense. I think that was perfect technique defense by the DB.
Alexander Goody.
In Goody.
Yeah, Alexander Goody, they threw it up. He's seen it. Swat that down. I'm not going to make a play on the ball because it could be a possibility I'm not in the right position. So just knock that down and let's go for the next one.
And he was
but
staying.
I will pick it if you allow me to.
Yeah, he was staying stride for stride with that receiver. Was able to get his head around and get a swat.
Takes a snap, hands it off. Looks to be going nowhere for Bajorzen. And he's getting the bulk of the carries right now.
Yeah, it seems like, maybe some type of disconnection from Roman Connor Owens and the coaching staff of, maybe they don't trust him as much as they did after that fumble. But, in a game like this,
got to give it to your workhorse.
Got to give it to your workhorse. You got to give it to the man that's been feeding the team. And he's been feeding the team all season. And he just made a great play on defense. So maybe, he might be a little bit tired from that long defensive drive. But
yeah, this might be a low-scoring game like that Vacaville Vanding game, 6-7.
Approaching a minute to play. Jackson takes a snap. Has Bishop over the middle. Bishop can make some men miss. And he is brought down at the 30-yard line. A minute to go for the Bulldogs, and I believe we're going to have a timeout.
Yeah, Devin Bishop with the razzle-dazzle move and the end. The yards after the catch keep on going, and he did the finesse move on him, made the defender slightly move, adjust. Now I'm getting more yards, and I'm surprised he didn't break it for more. Whew.
Absolutely, and Brendan Jackson showing more than he's just a game manager right now.
Yeah,
Great quarterback vision.
Being able to step up in the pocket, feel the pressure that he has on that blind side of his, step up. Not only step up, but have the IQ and the ability as a quarterback, a high-level ability to, when he's scrambling, to keep his eyes downfield. That's what makes a quarterback very versatile and very good, is when not only are you able to scramble, but you're able to scramble and keep your eyes down the field. That's what creates an elite quarter. That's what creates elite quarterback play.
Yeah, I wonder if those short throws set up for that medium throw because they're anticipating short, so we'll see.
Jackson takes the snap. Looking towards that right side, and it's going to be dropped. Oh, late hit. And Connor Golden, initial reaction looked like he was going to be hurt, but he said never mind, and we do have an ambulance coming in. I am confused by that.
Right.
Yeah, he took a hit. He took a lick right there.
Might be for number 70. Remember the injury? And he was on the gurney earlier? Yeah, where's he at?
You
number
mean
70? Joshua. Remember earlier he was on the gurney?
You mean 50, Isaac Gomez?
Okay, that's who that was? Okay.
Number 70 standing up right here.
Oh,
right in front of us.
Oh, wow. He's back from the dead.
Jackson takes a snap, throwing towards that left side, and it's going to be caught and getting out of bounds. Good play.
They're actually going to run the clock down still, though. Clock is still running. Looks like they're going to get into
Clock
this.
is winding. Bulldogs hurrying it up now. Bishop trying to scramble over to the left along with White. 30 seconds here to play in the first half. It's going to be a handoff Bajorzin, and he's going to be able to get it out of bounds after the first down. If you're the Bulldogs, you got to look to take a deep shot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like this Vacaville Bulldogs team, this Raiders defense, their front seven is very, very, very disciplined. You know, I've seen them make great tackles. I've seen them, you know, fill their gaps correctly, you know, split double teams, and that's what happens when you have an elite defense.
Yeah, this deep.
And excuse me, you know, I said that they were underrated. Maybe I'm one of those people that thought they was underrated.
Absolutely. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do. Trying to sniff towards that end zone. It's going to be thrown to the left side. It's going to be caught.
Right
Connor
there.
Golden.
That medium throw is opening up.
And Brendan Jackson looking to take over this game here.
Let's see if they can score before half.
Usually at Tom Zanino Stadium, we see that run game going to work, but
Right.
Jackson's like, let me show off my passing ability.
Oh, yeah. And he's throwing it on the money, except he just has that one overthrow in the end zone to Devin Bishop.
Could be looking for that target right now. Devin Bishop 1-1 at the bottom of the screen when the camera switches. Jackson takes a snap, is looking over the middle, and it's going to be, And we are going to have a flag as Jake Williams went head over heels.
He did a flip. He did a real flip, a full flip.
I don't even know how Jake Williams popped right back up after that.
That was a big hit. Like, whoo.
You could hear the whole stadium go, ooh.
Yeah, gymnastics.
Because that looked like a rag doll. Ragdoll was literally just flying around in the air.
Cartwheel.
And
you hear
to be,
smack?
and
Couldn't
that
even
is,
see who made the hit on that.
and it looks like the refs are.
Yeah, because it looked like a clean hit to me, but
It just got there too early. It got there too early, but definitely was a flag.
passing. Oh, he got there early. Okay.
We are going to have a 15-yard penalty here enforced. As now I see a fire truck rolling into Vacaville High School.
Yeah, and that wasn't a bad play. In some sense of when you play football, that could be called a dirty play. That would probably be the difference, but you know, it definitely just got there early, but it was still clean.
Well, now they would call that, but back in my day, that's a legal hit. But,
yeah, some of the fans
early.
aren't happy over here on this sideline for the Raiders.
Yeah, but being early, no, that's not a legal hit. But, you know, that they took out those type of hits now for the safety of the players, so I can understand nowadays. But I just look at it like, oh, we just got a big hit.
Still have a stoppage in play right now. Refs going back to their positioning.
And that's probably why the crowd aren't understanding it, because they changed the rules so much now to protect the players. They're used to, you know, when they're watching their kids now, and they're used to when they played football, understanding that just a big hit is a big hit. No harm,
Well,
no
even
foul.
from when you played football, Daryl.
Back in my day,
Big on.
1776.
All right, back to the game as play is about to resume. 23 seconds remain. 7-7 is the score. Still haven't had any changes since that first quarter. A lot of confusion going on. And we are now headed back to play. 19 seconds actually left now. They fixed the clock. Jackson takes a snap. Feeling that heat on the backside, gets the throw away, and it's going to be at the feet of Bishop. Jackson barely getting that one away.
Yeah, and that wasn't Brendan Jackson's fault. That was actually a great play by the defensive end and number 0, Raymar Griffith, the running back. He actually came in there on a blitz and was able to get the pressure on him.
Yeah.
You know, get that ball off target.
He even got a QB hit. You know, Raymar, yeah, he got a QB hit right there. Was able to change the ball's trajectory, and it didn't go to the intended receiver. It actually just hit the field. So 14 seconds left. I don't know, and they're in the cover 3. Raiders in the cover 3, so.
2nd and 10.
I would say attack.
Ball at the 32. Jackson takes the snap. Under a lot of pressure, making some men miss. Jackson's going to take a big hit. He is brought down 5 seconds remain, and I believe we're going to have a timeout.
And like we said, this game is going to come down to the kicking game. It definitely is, and that's what they're about to go try right now. Rome Griego is probably going to go try and kick the ball. And, yeah, it looks like he is.
And indeed, Rome Griego is going to come out.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to have exactly 50-yard attempt coming up.
Woo!
That's going to be good.
And if this kick gets blocked, this might switch the game up completely.
I don't think it's going to get blocked. This guy has a leg.
Do you ice the kicker here if you're the Raiders?
No.
And we do have that timeout taken.
Oh,
Ice
no.
is coming.
No. You're going to give the kicker so much time to relax now, and because at first,
Well, some might be thinking the other way, Daryl. Some might be thinking that Griego might get in his head too much now. Depends on the player.
Yeah. Now he gets to take a deep breath. His coach talked to him, put him in the right headspace, and this is going to be good. Well, I anticipate it to be good. We've seen him kick hundreds of extra points, and
This ain't no extra point, though.
it's not.
And you know what? Since you're taking the kick is going to be good, I'll say that it gets blocked. I think it's get blocked.
Woo, that's
We got some predictions here with 4 seconds left in the half.
I think it gets blocked, return for a touchdown, and it just changes the whole demeanor of the entire game.
So you're saying the Raiders are going to go in with a 14-7 lead?
Yes, I do.
Whoa, that just.
I do.
And if that's correct, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just call Domingo Daines a wizard.
Wizard. And
Wizard.
if it's not, he sounds delusional, and admit him to Napa Mental Hospital. Because that's not going to happen.
That's a little dramatic here.
Okay.
Daryl. It's a little-
And see, look, now they're going for it.
Okay, they're going for it.
Offense back out on the field.
Oh, quick snap.
Jackson takes a snap.
Throws
One
it
last
up.
heave into the end zone.
One-on-one.
Has a man and is incomplete. Looking for a flag. Do we have it? I believe there
There's
is
a flag.
laundry on the field.
The flag. There's a flag. Another 15.
We're going to extend it for one more play.
And
Does
another
Rome
chance.
Griego has his chance now?
Yeah. And I like that play right there because you give your playmakers chance to go for the ball. And unfortunately, the ball bounced off the equipment. So
That's such a hard play for a defender. Defender seems to have good coverage, but underthrown ball, receiver coming back. That's going to be pass interference, 10 out of 10.
yeah.
Yeah, and, most of the flags and most of these penalties, they're to benefit the offense. There's not a lot of penalties that protect defensive players. And right there, I believe that was a great defensive play. That was a great defensive play. That wasn't pass interference in any way.
And this is that kick you said is going to get blocked and returned, and then
yeah, even though it's still close, I still believe.
And then you said there's a goal at the end of a
All
rainbow.
right, gentlemen. 34-yard attempt is up, and it is good. No good, excuse me.
Short.
Wow.
Rome Griego,
Wow.
just short.
That's got to be
Yeah, it
ridiculous.
didn't get blocked, but it didn't get made.
Right? Well, yeah, we both were wrong.
Score is 7-7, tie game after the first half is concluded here on the Solano College Sports Network.
Yes.
Daryl, what did you like here in this first half?
Oh, I liked the trick plays. I liked the short reads, and when the Raiders defense adjusted, now you went to the mid throws, the midfield throws, the medium throws, the deep throws, and just the variation and I just love this playoff football, and they're playing their hearts out. Defenses are both playing great. You had 2 turnovers, and one of them they capitalized on, the fumble. They didn't. So, and then the red zone stop the Vacaville Bulldogs did. You drove all the way here, and your car ran out of gas.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Car ran out of gas on that drive for them. Dom, what did you like?
I mean, just keep it short and sweet. Love the confidence and the energy from both teams, and I think what's going on is that it's just exchanging energies. Momentum swings are being exchanged. And, it's by big energy plays, and that's what's going to come down to. So,
Well, stay tuned here on the Solano College Sports Network. We're going to have some halftime reports with Maxine Fullen and Josh Mahika. Stay tuned for the second half. Should be an exciting one.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
You get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one.
Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock, Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots.
the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
What an intense first half. Vacaville came out strong and scored first, but the Raiders quickly matched their energy and answered right back. Americano's players are fired up with an electric crowd fueling their intensity. Let's hope the Raiders can keep up their momentum in the second half. On to you, Josh.
Yep, thank you, Maxine. And at the end of the first half, Bulldog Nation, we have ourselves a playoff football game as we are tied 7 apiece, as both teams are showing off their defensive skills. And speaking of defense, the Bulldogs managed to stop a 4th down at the 2-yard line. And asked Coach Mike Papadopoulos what he can say about it, and he said, we've been doing this all year long, we've been practicing this all year long, and we managed to get the stop, and we made some good adjustments. And as we head to the second half, we will see more action between these two teams. Robert, back to you.
And welcome back here on the Solano College Sports Network. Halftime has just concluded. Dancing from the cheerleaders, a little entertaining as always, but score is 7-7, and we're going to see the Raiders and Bulldogs go at it for another half. And any defensive adjustments you'd like to, or offensive adjustments, you'd like to see?
Well, I think that it's just going to come down to who adjusts more. I don't think any adjustments that I would like to see. Actually, I think that both of these teams have adjusted well to the run. They're defending the run well on both sides for both teams. I think that the adjustment is learning how to combat the other's offensive passing game, because I feel like that's where they haven't studied the most. You know, that's what I'm seeing from the film and, you know, from this game right now is, you know, how can they combat the other one's offensive passing game. And I think that's what's going to lead to this game. And to be honest, it might go to overtime. But the only way if it doesn't is if a big energy play happens.
Well, and the kick from Griego is going towards that left sideline, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Penalty coming.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen.
Well, last time you speak of overtime on a Solano College Sports Network game, playoffs last year.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one.
What happened that one?
My amazing
Rodriguez
10-0 team that turned 11-0
went into overtime.
Yeah, and came out with the win against Chavez, and that game was very good. You know, that game, pretty sure we were up 21-something, I believe.
It was a 3-score game, and Chavez brought it all the way back.
Yeah, they did.
And in overtime, they got the touchdown. Couldn't convert on the 2. Rodriguez got a touchdown, converted, walked it off.
Oh.
Back to play here as we have Griffith, big carry of the game, first one for him.
And see, that is exactly what I would like to see.
And he is
from
hurt.
the Raiders. Oh.
No.
But that is not what you like to see. I think his ankle got rolled up there while a few tacklers was on his ankle. But, you know, a perfect shot that would display this game would be Raymar Griffith, you know, getting past about 12 yards, and then Rome Griego in the backfield where he missed it. Or, excuse me, not Rome Griego. Roman Connor Owens was in the backfield, but he missed a tackle. And, you know, that's pretty much been the story this entire game, is that, you know, they've came close to making these big plays, but it just slips out of their hands. And that goes for both teams. And, you know, this injury could represent self-inflicting wounds from penalties and things like that. So,
Well, you would like to see Griffith, your lead man in the backfield, 698 yards on the season, 7 touchdowns, went over 100+ 3 times. Not what you like to see.
Definitely, and it's injury. And then we're speaking about both of the team's mishaps. They both got into red zone and didn't pull it off. The Vacaville Bulldogs, the poor time management caused them to have to throw it for the clock.
Well, Griffith gives it up, walking off under his own power, and he's just jumping.
And then you had the Raiders. They got to the, it looks like between the 4 and the 7 yard line, and can convert on 4th. So, I want to see both teams actually execute in the red zone and better clock management, because, that's what's going to matter here if it's 7-7. And we did see during the halftime show both kickers practicing, and the Raiders kicker looked more superb.
Henry, great kicker, hasn't been utilized here this game.
Watch for the stretch to the left side.
Handoff goes to the left side. Kloss.
How did you know that? Are you a
Well, he was studying film.
Oh,
yeah. Excuse me. The reason why I believe that this game was going to be a good one was because the way that their offense is, it's very versatile. It's not a one-way playing type of game where they stick in one formation, and they stick in one formation for the entire game plan of the week. They're very, very widespread.
Snap. Trantham throws to the right side, and it's caught by Squaglia. Squaglia tries to hurdle a man, but is brought down by number 17, Trance Fritsch.
And that was the same play that we seen earlier in the game when number 1, Devin Pointes dropped it over there where you said he had Elmer's glue for hands. But this time it was the same play, but without that motion, without that fullback motioning to the flat. So, I feel like they're finding the gaps, and that gap has been open majority of the time in this defense.
Trantham out of the shotgun formation, takes a snap, hands it off, and the Bulldogs are all over it.
Yeah, and like I said, both teams are very, very adjusted to the run. And this Vacaville Bulldogs team, they've always been good with their run defense, with their front 6 or 7. With their front 6 or 7, with Roman Connor Owens leading the charge and Brody Rogers, that captain on that D line right there. Very, very, very adjusted to the run. So like I said, it's really going to depend on how can they adjust to the passing game.
Absolutely. Shotgun formation once again after the short carry by Kloss. Motion man's over. It's Pointes. Pointes gets a little hitch. Pointes trying to find some space, but is held to a minimal gain.
If he would have took that out wider a little bit more, he probably would have broke for more yardage. He cut inside where the defenders were.
Yeah.
And unfortunately.
Well, great job filling the gap by Roman Connor Owens, who made that tackle.
Yeah, he was able to make play of the running or the man in motion making a mistake on that cutback where he should have taken it outside. He didn't let that fullback make that block up to the second level yet.
Motion.
Kloss motioning out of the backfield. Trantham, quarterback keeper with him, trying to find that space towards the left side. Bulldogs sniffed that one out. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, Ryder Trantham with the QB draw, and he's trying to make a play for his Raiders team, and right now it's 4th down. We're going to see what they're going to do. One time they didn't convert, and he's on the sideline talking to his coach. What should we do? I think the Vacaville Bulldogs are going to try to stop it right now.
Yeah, I think this game is really going to come down to
here it is.
Who is gonna keep sticking and rolling with the punches. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how you can get hit and get back up.
4th and long coming up. Trantham takes a snap, surveying the D, is under a lot of pressure, and ball is on the ground. Picking it up, falling down near the 50-yard line is Brody Rogers.
Brody Rogers with the fumble recovery, and that's one of the captains of this Vacaville Bulldogs team. Tight end, D end, making plays both ways, two-way streets, highway, get ran over. Ryder had the keys to the drive, but unfortunately he fumbled it. And he actually had an open wide receiver. The wide receiver was calling for it. He's
in the
like,
middle
hey,
of that
throw
zone.
it to me, throw it to me. I
on the right side,
you seen it?
I did.
It was crazy. I found the gap in the zone and just throw it to me. I could make a big play, but I don't think he's seen it because of the pressure coming. Just too much for him.
Turnover battles 2-1 in favor of the Raiders now after that fumble. Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Connor Owens, has some space on that left side. First down.
And that turnover right there, that energized this Vacaville Bulldogs team. Now you got everybody making big plays, big runs, and that's just going to just pump everyone up.
Yeah, and relying on the guys that got you there. It seems like they're, starting to give Roman Connor Owens his carries back after that fumble in the first half.
Well, the Bulldogs right now, they can smell the dog food in the bowl. Connor Owens with another carry to the left side and is going to be tripped up, able to keep himself up for a few yards.
Positive yards, and those captains, Devin Bishop, Brody Rogers, Rowan Connor Owens, and when you have those players just playing their hearts out, and nothing is going to come from it but great outcomes, definitely. Then you also have Brendan Jackson, the general of the field right now, surveying, finding openings, and trying to make something happen. So this second half is going to be electric.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers, strong side. Connor Owens with another carry, and he is swallowed up immediately.
Yeah, their DNs are very, very adjusted. And, some point in time as the coach for this Vacaville team is, you got to realize, okay, when is my quarterback going to start hitting the RPO? Once you hit the RPO, that's what opens the time it makes the linebackers think. It makes you think, okay, hold on, I got to freeze for just an extra second longer, and that's that extra second that can make a gap open up for the running back to just go in and go get a score.
Jackson takes a snap. It's going to be a reverse with Williams on third down. And Williams, does he have enough for the first?
Got it.
They're going to give it to him.
And even plays like that, it doesn't have to be an RPO. Some type of misdirection, some type of thing that's off schedule. And that's what happened. I don't know if you guys seen, Roman Connor Owens came up like he was running inside zone. It froze the linebackers up to play their gaps, being able, once they seen the ball carrier flip his hips, you're supposed to flip, but they were flat-footed and they didn't know what was happening right there. And that's that 1 second I was talking about when it freezes up the second-level defenders.
Jackson takes a snap, throws to that right side, and it's going to be caught. Jake Williams out there on the right side makes one man miss, but goes nowhere after it.
Getting these positive yards and keep on getting, it's going to keep adding up. It's going to keep adding up. Eventually, they're down the field in the red zone once again. And
eat like a champion with Raising Cane's. You can't resist.
Oh, they're not in the red zone. Yeah, maybe 1 yard away.
They're a little short of it.
Okay.
A little short.
All right. 99 cents is still $1, maybe. Nah, would you think that? 99 cents still $1?
Not in football.
Not in food,
well, if you're a penny short, that's going to be tough nowadays. Jackson, quarterback keeper with him on the read option, and he's going to be tripped up after a first down.
That reference was tough.
Yeah, and you are absolutely right.
Discontinuation of the penny. We're not going to get into politics, but that's all I have to say.
Yeah, So, like you said, it's a game of inches, You short 1 yard, you're not going to get a first down. You're not going to get a touchdown. You're not going to get nothing.
5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Handoff goes to Connor Owens. Connor Owens up the middle, bowling over defenders, and he is down inside the 5.
Run him over with like an 18-wheeler truck stick, just boom. Now the defender's on his back, getting a cleat to his chest.
Yeah, and that started from the line play right there. Brady Wright and the right tackle, they actually pancaked 2 defenders. So that's what got him there to, he's seen that and he got that energy to go run someone over as well.
Jackson hands it off to Connor Owens. Connor Owens up the middle, breaking off a lot of defenders. Is he in? Yes. Or, excuse me, he is just short.
Yeah, and that's that second effort. As soon as he gets hit, he still got those legs turning, pushing. So he must be a monster with the sled or, in squats and, just pushing those defenders over and just dragging them on the
Yeah.
So they can smell. They
Definitely.
can smell the end zone.
After contact, that he got the first type of contact that he got was about at the 5 or 4 yard line, and he was able to
quick
run
out of the huddle. And we are going to have a false start penalty called on the Bulldogs. They tried going quick. Not going to work.
Yeah, and that's going to affect them a lot here. Definitely down here in the red zone. Being at the 1 yard line, that's going to push you back 5 yards, put you at the 6. So, your game plan completely changes. And football is a game of inches. But in this case, it's a game of 5 yards.
Yeah, they came out real quick with a, T formation? What's that, wishbone earlier? Can't really see from here, but.
Well, you're staring right at a pole, Daryl. Bad stadium design here at Vacaville, especially on the wayside.
Oh, there it is again.
And we are going to have another false start. We can hear the defensive coordinator clapping it up in the coach's booth.
Yeah, and these are the self-inflicting wounds that we're seeing.
You're pushing yourself
You
back.
started at the 1 yard line. Started at the 1 yard line before the 2 penalties, and now you're at the 11. Now you're at the 11, and now your game plan really, really changes.
Yeah, fundamental mistakes.
Now it's not a game of 5 yards. It's a game of 11.
2nd and goal to go. What do the Bulldogs have in store?
See. The head coach, Papadopoulos. Yeah, Papadopoulos. He's going to
It's a tough name, ladies and gentlemen. Shotgun formation for Jackson. 3 receivers right. Looking that way, under a lot of pressure. Jackson keeps it himself, breaks a defender, jumps over one, and is down inside the 5, call it the 2 yard line.
Yeah, jumping over defenders, making that second effort. They can't tackle him. That's great.
Brendan Jackson looking like he wants to earn that player of the game nomination.
Yeah, and these are great plays that head coach Papadopoulos is actually, running. He had the trick plays, then you have the fast huddle breaks and things of that nature, and it's a lot of variety. So,
3rd and short.
Yep, and these are the moments that you rely on your game.
Jackson takes a snap, fakes a handoff with Connor Owens, rolling to the right side under pressure. Just is going to intentionally ground that one. Their fans over here asking for intentional grounding.
They don't know the rules, obviously.
And that should be intentional grounding no matter what. If there is a receiver, he did not get the ball past the line of scrimmage, so that is a intentional grounding.
Well, if receiver's in the area, cancels it out.
Well, there's no receiver in no area.
Definitely a receiver in the area.
And like you were saying, Dom, I believe there's no receiver near.
No receiver, and not only that, he threw the ball at his feet.
He broke the pocket. There was a receiver on the right side. It just wasn't that close.
To each their own. Big 4th down coming up. 2:20 here to play in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs driving. Are the Raiders able to stall it? Fans getting loud. And as the moment's building, we are going to have a timeout.
Yeah, and it looks like this energy from this crowd right here on the wayside seems like it might have got to the Bulldog side. Usually, we see the Bulldogs crowd get a little loud, have a lot of people, but I'm looking across the way, across the pond right now, and I don't really see that many people, not as much as before. So, I don't know.
Does Brendan Jackson have another big play for him right here?
What do you got?
Yeah, this Vacaville Bulldogs team has been controlling the time of possession. This quarter is almost over, and they're just running down the clock, and hopefully they can capitalize on what they're doing. Is what they said, 4th and 2. Are they going to bring out the kicker, or are they going to go for it? We've seen when the Rio Americana Raiders, they tried to go for 4th and short in the red zone, and they didn't come up too nice when you could get the points and possibly the win, because every point matters.
Yeah, and if I'm the Raiders coach right now, I'm telling them, what do you got? Give me everything you got right now. Everything you got right now.
Don't scare the grandmas at home.
Well,
everything you got. Your back is against the wall. This is where your moment is made right here.
All
Let's
right.
see what you got.
4th and 2. Jackson takes a snap. It's a reverse with Williams. Can they get there? Williams, is he in? He is called just short. Turnover on downs, forced by the Raiders.
It stopped. And that shows you that the head coach did not have confidence in the kicker from the previous miss. So, unfortunately, that weighed the decision to call and go for it because, now I'm not sure you're even going to make this kick. And now there's no points. There's no points.
And that is what I just said. What do you got? Trusted in his playmakers, trusted in his players to make a play, and that was a good play design on the 1 yard line.
We've seen a goal line stand from either side here now.
Yeah. Now it's how are they going to get out of this? You don't want a safety.
Trantham under center is just going to QB sneak his way out of it, give themselves some room.
Yeah.
A little bit of extra at the play. Who has the ball?
What happened there?
Didn't hear any whistles. Looks like we're going to call it down by contact.
In the grass, in the grass. Now the question is for the Raiders, you just make a goal line stand. What are you planning on doing on offense? What type of game plan are you sticking to? Are you going to your run game? And it looks like that's what they're gonna do. It's going to go to the left side.
2 minutes left here in the third. It's going to be Griffith with the handoff. Has some space on the left side. Griffith stiff-arming a man. Throws one off of him. Taking few defenders with him. Down to the 38-yard line.
Oh, he just found the hole. Went through the seam. Gave somebody the mushy face. Threw him to the floor. That's like 20, 30 yards right there. Oh, wait. And this has electrified the Raiders. And now the crowd is going wild. And woo!
There's a man that averages 7 yards a carry.
Yeah, and Raymar Griffith, that's the same thing I said. And it looks like they're going to go to it again right now.
Under center for Trantham. Trantham, play action pass rolling out to the right. And it's going to be caught by Kloss out of the backfield. Kloss has some space on the right. It's going to be tackled by Bajoris and out to the sideline. 49 plus.
I wonder how the fatigue is going to play because you mentioned Bajorisian and Brody Rogers, and they're playing, definitely 2 roles.
Well, how often do we see the Bulldogs get beat in their own game? 8 straight wins for them using that attack, and these Raiders are just using it against them.
Yeah, definitely. And they're sticking to what got them here. Yeah. That same play that I have written down here that they used against Christian Brothers to get themselves back into that game.
It's going to be Kloss out of the fullback position. He's going to be stopped after a gain of 4.
And what's his name, Kloss? We'll start calling him Baby Scatterboo. Baby Scatterboo.
Wait, what does that mean?
Cam Scatterboo?
What is that?
The Giants running back who got injured earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
Looks like Daryl doesn't watch football.
Yeah, Unc hasn't been in the game for a while.
Wait, they still got Saquon Barkley, right?
No.
I'm just joking.
No, you're not. They got
snap. We got a weird play going on. Pointes takes it out of the backfield. Pointes trying to make some defenders miss. It's a gain of 2 after, 360 spin.
Yeah, and it looks like they kind of got away with one right there. That left tackle, he definitely did have a false start right there, but the ref did not call it. Yeah, so, the question is, you go to it again. You go to that same running play again. It's that 3rd down. You go to the same thing. You go to the same formation. And really, you have 2 options on how you can do this. If you go to that same formation, you run that same play or you do a boot action.
Looks like we're just going to wait for the quarter to end.
Yeah, and he could have broke wide, but he ran straight into Dylon Proctor. Just, had Dylon Proctor not been there, he would have been able to probably back up and hit some moves and dance moves, hit a moonwalk, a spin, and then break for 20, 30 yards.
Well, after 3 quarters of play, only a touchdown apiece. 7-7 is the score here on the Solano College Sports Network. Entertaining 4th quarter coming up.
Yeah, entertaining, and none of us thought that this game would be so low scoring. None of us thought that it would be.
Predictions before the game were high.
Yeah, predictions were definitely high. We believed that it was going to be a shootout, but we didn't know that it would be a defensive masterpiece. That's what we didn't think was going to happen. And it's not that this offense, both of these offensive teams have been bad. it's just been that they've been able to counteract each other because they're so alike in so many ways. In their running game, they have a very unique running style where Vacaville likes to do their TG, their tackle guard pull. They like to pull a lot of their offensive linemen. They have inside zone schemes where this Raiders team, they like to have a fullback and a running back. They like to run out a pistol set. They like to do a lot of stretches. You let their fullback and their running back, their fullback set the edge for that running back to get in between those gaps, squeeze in between those things, and just get in there.
Yeah. And I see the Raiders kicker is actually warming up on the side, warming up
He's
that
been
leg.
trying to keep warm all game long.
And we're going to talk about that close win against
Trantham going deep down the right side, has Squaglia. Squaglia hauls it in.
And
inside the 15-yard line.
And that's what I'm saying. If the defender can't turn around and locate the ball, and that's what I've been saying all the time, I respect those plays because it's 50-50, and more so it's 80-20 because the receiver knows the ball's coming to him. The defender does not. You better hope to get a hand up. If you can't, it's over.
Well, it looks like Squaglia didn't even think he caught the ball. He was standing there waiting for the official and was happy when he got called for a catch.
Yeah, and that was that same shot that we seen on the other side of the field that they couldn't connect to, but this time they did.
Handoff is to Kloss. Kloss on the right side, bowling through defenders as Mini Scatabo, as you're calling them.
Mini Scatabo. I'm telling you. He knows what he's doing. He's probably going to get himself a touchdown right here. And, we literally just seen, a team come down here and, be in this same red zone. So let's see what they can do right now.
Kloss takes a handoff, cuts it up the middle, and is stopped at the 5.
Yeah, Trace Kloss with these yards and just setting them up for better plays because you're focused on the run, and now here comes the pass. And
here comes Raymar Griffith, and I'm pretty sure Kloss or Mini Scattaboo, as I call him, I'm telling you, they're going to go to that stretch play. If I'm I'm running it to the left side of the field.
But don't count this Vacaville defense out.
Here it is. Here it is.
Here it is.
It's going to the left side of the field, or it's a dive by Kloss.
Let's see what this is.
Takes a snap. Griffith up the middle. He's going to be swarmed by the Bulldogs.
Don't count out the dogs. Red zone stop. Close. 4th down. Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to go for it, or are they going to kick it? I think they're going to be smart and kick it. What do you think, Robert?
Hey, points are points right now late in this ball game.
Yeah.
And Dino Minical.
I think you're right. I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, you got to go for the points. This is playoff game. Whoop. You don't know, the time of possession. We're eating out the clock. This might not be enough time to actually score, so you got to take what you got.
Well, here it is.
Some people don't want it.
We're going to see the right foot of Rael Henry.
It could be a block.
Henry, his kick is up, and it is good. 3-point lead here in the 4th quarter, 10 minutes left to play.
And the Raiders took the lead. And we still have a lot of game left, so we're going to see what Vacaville Bulldogs do. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't take that 3 when they were in the red zone, but maybe the kicker issue, He missed that previous kick. What was that, 30, 40-yard kick? But they had
before halftime,
32-yarder.
Yeah, so then the next kick was 17 yards? I believe he might could have did that.
Well, got to play the percentages. 10-7 is the score here on the Solano College Sports Network. We could see some talks with coaches on the sidelines and players.
Yeah, and this is the type of energy that we knew, that we actually talked about at the start of the game, that what was going to need to happen in order for one of these teams to come away with it. Even though Daryl said it himself that, Vacaville won't let you win by 3 points, but having a 3-point cushion, that means that they have to get into that end zone. Yeah. If the clock runs all the way down, you're going to have to.
It's going to be picked up at the 30, dived on at the 32 after the bobble.
Yeah. And Dom, like you said, these 3-point margins, because the last 2 Raiders games, they lost 1 and won 1 by 3. They lost to Intercom Tigers by 3, and then they won against the Christian Brother Falcons by 3. So that kicker may be the star here, just to run down the clock, keep the time of possession, and then set it up for a game-winning drive.
All I'm hearing is a lot of three-point victories.
Yeah. And maybe this is what they're used to. But being the underdog team here, you know, like I said, you got to roll with the punches. What's gonna come down to it is who can go the distance.
Jackson takes a snap, throws over the middle, and it's going to be caught. Connor Golden, first down after a gain of 15.
And that's that slant from earlier. That was open earlier, and now they're actually capitalizing on it. So, you know, you can see definitely the gaps in between the zones and, you know, the mid-read, people not stepping up, not dropping back, should I say. But, hey.
Bulldogs break the huddle. Golden and Griego down at the bottom. It's going to be a handoff to Bajorzen. Bajorzen trying to break it out to the outside, and he's going to lose a gain of, lose 3, maybe 4.
And that's a beautiful pursuit angle by that DB. We've seen him multiple times. I'm pretty sure that's number 11. Yep. Schatz is number 11, that DB on that side. You know, we've seen him a lot, and, you know, you got to praise things like that. That was a great pursuit angle, not letting him get outside while your D-end is chasing him down behind. You know he can't cut back. You got to have that in your mind, and that was just a great, great awareness.
Second and long. Jackson throws over the middle, and it's going to be caught by Griego. Griego making a man miss.
And that is that slight spacing I was talking about in the zone. It's been there the whole night because, you know, the safeties is so deep. The linebacker is right here. The cornerback is right there, and it's not enough yards for everybody to capitalize. But
well, great throws over the middle by Jackson this drop.
Man, he's dotting it tonight. He is dotting it.
He's only had one overthrow.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's been pretty sharp.
As long as the line can keep him clean.
8:20 here to play in the game. Jackson takes a snap, is looking towards that right side, sees no one under a lot of pressure. Ball is out! And we are going to get back on it is the Bulldogs.
And that was a great play by the O-line.
Yeah.
Instead of jumping on the ball, he blocked the nearest defender from getting on the ball.
Number 52.
That saved them the possession right there.
It's not going to go down in the stat sheet.
But that was definitely a game-changing play, a game-changing IQ decision. He knew, okay, well, I know my line. I got my line guys. I got more of my offensive linemen near to the ball. Okay, let me block the closest person to it. That was a great heads-up play by number 52, Dylan Proctor. Just an IQ play right there.
Well, it's 2nd and 22. A lot of twos here.
Yeah.
Jackson takes a snap. He's looking, throwing over the middle, and it's going to be caught.
Right there.
Connor Golden to make it third and manageable.
The sweet spot. Just give it to me. Within 12 or 13, 15 yards right there. It's there all day. But they're going to try to fix it now. You know, they're trying to have some communication on defense. You know, their playmaker, Nico Chates, with the interception. He's now talking to the rest of the people like, hey, we need to step up.
Well, it went from 2nd and 22 to 3rd and 6 really quick. 7 minutes to play in the game. Jackson, shotgun formation, takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Bajorzen. Bajorzen trying to get near that first down, and he has it.
It's first because they're anticipating the pass. Now those holes is opening up.
Yeah, definitely. The passing game is now opening up the running game. You know, usually I talk about the running game opening up the passing game, but now that, you know, they're starting to, you know, get heavy down on the backside of the defense in that DB area, you know, there might not be as much help in the front seven.
Almost halfway through the 4th quarter, Bulldogs driving. Jackson takes a snap, gets it out towards Bajorzen from the backfield. Bajorzen makes one man miss, but also gets tripped.
Yeah. Now they're back in the red zone.
Shoestring tackle.
Yeah, back in the red zone. Yeah, this Vacaville team is now fired up. The sidelines is now cheering their team on. They're in the red zone. They're happy about it. Let's see if they can capitalize on this one. You know, I'm curious to see what Brendan Jackson has to do today. Is he going to turn to Lamar Jackson and scramble and just, what has he got? Okay, that's look like cover 2, cover 4.
Jackson takes a snap, throws it out quickly to Griego. Griego is blown up.
Seems like he might have hurt himself.
Oh, is that the guy? Number 10.
It's Alexander Guidi And he seems to be hurt. His shoulder's feeling it after that big hit.
It looks like he might have just gotten a real big stinger, coming up to blow that. Yeah, he definitely got a stinger.
Yeah, that was a big hit. That actually saved some yards, but he's going to walk off.
But you got to have that poker face. Yeah, he's all right. He just got a stinger right there.
Yeah.
Might have minused a little bit of his aura after making a big play like that, but,
that was plus aura. They stopped a flat play.
I think it evens out.
Yeah.
So now he just
right back where he was.
Where his aura was before the play.
Where is he at, on the sidelines or?
Yeah, he's going to come out for a play.
Okay.
But he's tapping
up.
Pointers over here on the sideline.
I would tell Devin Bishop to work him, but the safety's going to help.
Jackson takes a snap, is looking right, sees no one, is just going to run it up the field himself. As the first down, runs over a defender.
That's good. See, and the Raiders, they're now in pass defense. So what's going to happen is the linebackers are going to drop, and that's going to open up all the running lanes. And then when the big guys, the offensive line, open it up, just run through it, and you're going to guaranteed 7 yards. But now,
5 minutes to play in the quarter. End the game. Jackson takes a snap, throws it out quickly to Griego. Griego hauls in the high throw. Griego trying to make a few men miss inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah. Jackson sniffed out that blitz that came and just got it out there. Just fast, quick throw. Quick throw. Yeah.
Yeah, and right here, if I'm the Vacaville Bulldogs, if you see them, they just transitioned out. They put number 10 back into the game, and we know he has a stinger shoulder. I'm running a stretch to his side. I'm having Devin Bishop, or we might just throw it up to Devin Bishop. He's one-on-one on the island with them.
Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Bajorzen. Bajorzen, touchdown Bulldogs. They have the lead late.
And the Flames. That's what I was saying. Execute inside the red zone. And just execute inside the red zone. And they did. They did.
Well, usually it's fireworks for touchdowns, but Thompson-Eno Stadium, we have fire.
Fire. And yeah. And that's Borgeson.
Well, this is a key extra point right now for Griego.
Borgeson does
because if this gets blocked or if he doesn't make it, they know that there's a kicker.
Griego's extra point is up, and it is good.
There
Score is 14-10 here on the Solano College Sports Network, 4:22 to play.
Yeah, the Rio Americana Raiders have to score to win. So that makes this drive so much more important because if they just kick it, it's just going to be Vacaville Bulldogs up by 1. So guess what? You got to come down here and score. I want to see exactly what Ryder Tantrum has to do. Is Ryder going to drive? Give him the keys.
Well, back to that Bulldogs drive, they relied on Brendan Jackson quite a bit, getting him down into that position to score with Bajorzen.
Yeah.
And he's looking like our player of the game right now.
Yeah, and let's just talk about Brendan Jackson's play tonight. Even though he had an interception early in the game and he had that one key costly overthrow on that 4th down throw, he brought his team back into this game. You know, he was able to, like we said, I would say that we sometimes may be saying that he's a game manager the way that their offense is run with, you know,
that's all he's had to be in this offense.
Yeah, because it's a power running team, and, you know, hats off to him to be able to, you know, bring those play calls into the huddle and to be able to say them. You know, there's a lot of things that go into a play call that's as simple as just, you know, pulling a couple guards and running in between the B gap or, you know, off the butt of that tackle. But
looks like we're going to have a penalty enforced here.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the kickoff.
But I mean, he's just brought his team back into this game, and he knew that adversity was going to come. He knew that this is what it takes for a playoff game, that no team is just going to die easy. No team is going to die easy. So
Griego kicks this one away, and it's going to go out the back of the end zone quite easy.
Yeah, and that last drive,
Touchback.
Brendan Jackson just dotting the slants, finding the custom seam routes, and, you know, picking the yardage where to just throw to the receiver. That way, you know, it's not being contested by either the cornerback, the safety, or the middle linebacker. So those medium route throws actually set him up. And then he even had that quarterback draw. So I think Jackson is the play of the game. Even though at first he started off slow, now he's picking it up. And now Bulldog time of possession is still high a lot. Raiders might not have enough time to score.
4:22 here to play on the Solano College Sports Network. I formation for Trantham and the Raiders. Trantham takes a snap, and he loses it. Trantham trying to make a few defenders miss. We are going to have a penalty, though. Maybe a potential face mask.
Yeah, it's gonna penalize the Bulldogs, and they made a great heads-up play to be able to blow up in that backfield. But even though, Ryder Trantham was able to, try to find something right there, and that he actually came out with 15 yards and a first down.
Yeah, face mask by the Bulldogs. That one's going to prove costly.
A positive after a negative. Ryder fumbled the ball, was going to get sacked, and somebody put the pinky on their face mask. And now he's
That's all it takes.
That's facts. That's facts.
I formation once again. It's going to be a handoff to. It's going to go nowhere. Griffith, I'm blanking on the name.
Yeah, Griffith, man.
Yeah, Raymar.
Griffith is actually keeping him in the game, positive yards all the time. Yeah, he just haven't been able to. Well, he's broke for a couple big runs, but we need to see a big run right now. It's like, 3 minutes left, clock is ticking.
Yep, 3:40 left here to play.
And they're going into their passing set now. They're going to a spread formation. Yep, watch for double slants and wheel routes coming off the backside.
Motion man over, it's going to be Puentes.
Yep, going into the flat. Yep.
Going over that way to Puentes. Puentes shaking off one defender, is able to get the first down.
Yeah. I can grab your shirt. Make sure, number 3 with the great, that's Connor Golden. And he had a great just open field tackle right there. No matter what he did, didn't let him go. He tried to stiff arm him. He tried to juke him, but guess what?
Well, it was Dino Menical in the pursuit.
Oh, Dino Menical?
Number 6 was out there.
Oh, he was out there too? Okay.
Initially, when Puentes made the move. 3 minutes to play in the game.
Yep, and look for it. Watch out for that misdirection in that counter.
Motion man over. Trantham is just going to intentionally ground this one at the feet of Squaglia.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. He still had time to make a play, but his play blown up. So if you got a screen, everybody knows that play. Even the offense, your receivers aren't allowed to move because the way the play is set up, your route is already, made that way. That way you just do a short blocking scheme. So, yeah, once your play gets blown up, it's not going to the intended receiver. Time to reset.
Do the Raiders have a vintage drive in them right now? Trantham is just going to throw towards Squaglia, and that one's incomplete.
And it looks like the receiver and the quarterback were not on the same schedule there. As Squaglia wasn't even looking back at the ball when the ball was thrown.
Miscommunication. And it was a little gap where he could have actually caught that, but the receiver did not know the ball was going to him. So he wasn't aware that the throw was even coming. I think it was a big miscommunication, but see if they can get it right.
We will see 3 receivers, strong side of the field, top of the screen. Trantham takes a snap. Looking that way, sees no one open, is just going to roll out to the right. Still under a lot of pressure. Heaves that one towards the left, and it's Puentes going up for it. Incomplete.
Wow.
4th down coming up. Ball game on the line, potentially.
And it bounced off of Puentes' chest. Even as the safety came up to make the play on the ball, which I thought was going to be an interception. But somehow he almost still had it. It just bounced off his chest. He probably was anticipating the hit and was like, But listen, it's 4th down. And
Raiders,
this is going to be game.
Well, they still have all 3 timeouts, even if they give up the football here.
Okay.
But the Bulldogs, we've seen them close out games plenty of time.
Yes, we have.
Right.
But
are they going for it?
They're going to yes, they're going to go for it, and they're going to focus on, this is what they're looking for.
This is where the Bulldogs
timeout Bulldogs.
This is where the Bulldogs are going to make a big impact play right here. The stars are going to come. And I expect Brody Rogers to do something great.
I was just about to say that
Something
he was practicing.
spectacular.
He was practicing one of his pass rushing moves, and I think that's what's going to come down to right there. He's going to get around. If they try to chip him, they better not try to block him with no tight end, because I believe that he is not going to. That's not going to work unless they double team him. They get him in between a gap, but if he's on the edge of a tight end, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. He's going to get in the backfield. And unless that Ryder Trantham can make some magic happen and scramble and get a first down, then, you know, that's going to be the end of it if Brody Rogers can get in the backfield, at least for this drive. And, you know, if I'm the coach for the Raiders, I'm looking for a play that we haven't served out. It's either a play we haven't served out that we know it works in the games that we've played, or a play that we know will work.
We're going to call this Vacaville.
Well, big moment coming up for the Raiders. Shotgun formation. Can Trantham extend this drive? 2:39 to play. Trantham takes the snap. Under a lot of pressure, Trantham is just going to get rid of it, and it's going to be incomplete. Turnover on downs forced by the Bulldogs.
And that's what I was saying. The pass rush all day. And their whole O-line just collapsed on them. Collapsed the last couple plays. Vacaville Bulldogs getting pressure.
Junior Garcia making the big-time play.
Yeah, that's just an amazing way to just know, you know, the game is on the line. You know where the sticks is at.
Yeah.
Plant your foot in the ground and drive on the ball. Drive on the ball like you're coming out like a heat-seeking missile no matter what. And that was just great play right there. Defense wins championships, and defense wins game-playing drives or whatever.
Speaking of defense right now, 3 timeouts for the Raiders. 2:30 left on the game clock.
Look at the personnel change. The Vacaville Bulldogs put the big boys in. Now
Looks to be roaming Connor Owens in the backfield. Connor Owens is going to take the carry. Connor Owens is ball's on the ground. Raiders have it. Raiders have it.
Whoa! Did you walk?
Connor Owens, second fumble of the game.
And that's
costly.
And that is what I was going to say. Unfortunately, this time my magician-like guesses, I did not say it because I didn't believe that was going to happen. But that was the second time. That was the second time. We don't see Roman Connor Owens fumble a lot, but that was the second time, and that could be a game-changing play. A game-changing play that could give this offense life. Puts them exactly where they were at with a 4th down. Now establish, go to what you've been working at.
Well, here's the thing.
Run a pistol. Run your pistol. Run
Raiders
your stretch.
didn't even have to use a timeout.
Didn't even have to use a timeout, but made a play.
All 3 to their advantage.
Hungry.
2:27 to play after the fumble. Trantham takes a snap, looking towards the right side. It's overthrown by Squaglia.
Too high.
And it looks like that number 52, Dylan Proctor, the defensive tackle for Vacaville, he was actually lined up in the neutral zone. Was not called by the sideline judge as his helmet was over the ball. And that could have been a costly play. You know, costly play in this game. It looks like some of the crowd is, you know, they're agreeing with me.
Trantham. Oshitz Griffith out the backfield. Trantham is just going to keep him himself. Has some space up the middle. Is going to get hit hard, though, after a gain of 5.
He got hit hard.
Yep, he got hit hard, but he knows that there's going to be harder hits coming. He knows that some of his wide receivers took a harder hit on that last drive. So he's not afraid to put his body on the line. And, you know, he's going to need to come and step up and see what he can do for his team.
Yeah, and that fumble energized this Raiders.
Griffith is going to take the handoff. Griffith has some space on the left side. He's trying to chug for the first down. Does he have it?
That's first. That's first.
Does he have it? Wait for the official. First down.
Yeah.
And it looks like, is there no two? Is there
they're energized. And the clock is
no
going down.
No 2-minute warning in high school.
Oh,
no 2-minute warning in high school. Minute 35 here to play. We have an injured player, though.
Oh, injured player. Oh, man.
We'll try to get a read on who it is. Looks to be number 21, Gabriel Slade.
and that is their nickel. That is their nickel DB that usually switches sides, as you know, he has a versatile role, playing a DB slot position, also being an outside linebacker. So that could be a costly play. You know, if they get Squiggly, excuse me, if they get him in the slot and see if he can get a deep crosser over the middle with their starting nickel DB out of the game.
Yeah,
you know,
Slade is a big component to this Vacaville defense. So without him, you know, maybe those routes, you know, they go the other way, and the Raiders are going to be able to capitalize on.
Yeah,
and you can hear this Rio Americano crowd getting into it.
It's giving me a sense of David and Goliath right here. You know, they might be the little ones. I guess you can say the little brothers in this league, or you know, in this playoff bracket. But that doesn't matter to them. They're gonna keep on rolling with the punches, and it's gonna go down to who can go the distance, who can stay in the game.
It's minute 30 left. Well, not a minute, but close. You can see the clock, Robert?
It's a minute 40 after resetting the clock.
Woo.
Clock is still rolling.
Uh-oh.
Trenton looking downfield. Pump fakes the throw. Gets a one-man to jump. Has first down yardage.
The pump fake. He thought we were playing basketball.
He looked like Curry right there. Sidestep.
LeBron. Caught the defender in the air and just kept running. So now
had a man jumping.
Had a man looking like Michael Jordan up in the air.
This is why that field goal was so important that the Vacaville Bulldogs didn't take during that last red zone visit, because now, say the Raiders score, it'll be overtime. But we're not banking on that. This Vacaville Bulldogs defense is going to stand up.
I don't know what Daryl's talking about, but we have a first down carry. Yardage was short on that, and I believe we are going to have a timeout.
This is a great game, and it's been 3 Vacaville turnovers, like a pick, 2 fumbles, and the last fumble, nobody would account for that. Just how could that happen? You know, you're trying to close out the game, and then you fumble when you should be running it, run out the clock, QB kneeling it, time of possession, and unfortunately it doesn't go that way.
Well, and Roman Connor Owens lead back in this game. We haven't seen him put the ball on the ground a lot this season.
Not at all. This is
for
probably
some reason this game might be the condensation in the air.
Oh, yeah.
But he's just coughed it up twice here today, and it's proved costly.
Yeah, and it's been multiple times where not only on the fumbles, but I've seen multiple times where the handoffs hasn't been as secure and prestige. You know, I seen it on the play where he got about 4 yards, could have broke it for even a larger gain, but he had a fumbled snap, fumbled handoff, and he got tripped up. And that is an example of, like, why everything starts off with the fundamentals. Being able to get a handoff perfect without no type of hesitation, because that's what could cost you that split second to do something great.
It is loud here at Thompson Stadium. Trenton takes a snap. It's going to have a reverse. It's going to be a trick play. Going deep for Pointes. Doesn't haul it in, but we do have a flag. Pass interference coming.
No.
Pass interference.
Oh, no.
And that is the same thing that we seen on the other side, where the DB on the Raiders side got the same pass interference caught on them in the same end zone on the other side of the end zone.
Yeah, but that's a heads-up play by the defender. If I can't get to the ball, I'm going to make because in high school it's only 15 yards. Now, if I can't make a play on the ball, I'm going to have to do something to my receiver, because it's not what you want to do in a close game like this, but it's something you have to do to stop a touchdown from happening, because I can't make a play on the ball.
I get what you're
agree with
saying.
your point there, Daryl. If you're going to let up a tud, you might as well pass interference.
Might as well. I seen a Instagram reel the other day where it said coach told this JV player to not let this 5-star get any catches, so he ended up just getting a pass interference every time.
Wow.
Every single time.
Well, that happens.
This is not a good pass interference, though.
Trantham, 1:10 on the clock left in the game. Motions a man over. Pointes. And it's going to be a handoff to Griffith.
And the thing is that play call that they just called right there, the play before where they had a receiver throw the ball. That we've actually seen that in games before.
Right.
They tried that against Christian Brothers. They tried that against Wood Creek. So this is something that they do naturally.
Right.
And in the pregame warmups, I seen Vacaville practicing that play against their defense.
Right.
40 seconds left here to play in the ball game. Motioning a man over is Puentes. Strantham takes the snap, looking end zone, firing, and it is caught. Touchdown Raiders. 32 seconds to play, and they have taken the lead.
That's
late.
crazy.
And here comes that kicker coming out.
Oh, no.
Here comes that kicker coming out.
Henry trotting on for the extra point attempt. This is huge.
And that was a huge drive off of Vacaville turnover. And this is the playoffs we're talking about here. This is not a regular game. This is the playoffs. So when you make mistakes like that, it's 14 points now. The Raiders have capitalized off of turnovers. One touchdown from the interception.
Extra point is up, and it is good. We have a 3-point game, 32 seconds left to play. Can the Bulldogs drive and get in field goal range for Griego?
And it's going to come down to the leg of Griego. Is he going to be able to, is his team going to be able to get him into a position where he can drive down the field and at least tie the game? At least tie the game.
Bulldogs are looking at least for a tie right now. Potentially force overtime. Big play happens. They could go for the win.
Yeah, could go for the win.
But they want to force OT in their mind right now.
Yeah, and Daryl.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure during our halftime break, you said this game wasn't going to go to overtime.
I said that.
He's confident in his statement.
And
well, we do have Bishop and Williams back to return for the Bulldogs. I don't know if it's going to make it to them, though.
Yeah, it might not.
Devin Bishop has to make a play if he catches it.
Is going to squib this one over the middle. It's going to go by, and Bishop's going to pick it up. Bishop looking for some space on that left side. Bishop getting a block, getting out of bounds. 29 seconds left to play.
And this is where game, playing, drive, this is where your superstars come into play. This is where, all that training in the offseason, all those, morning workouts, all those times that you're having breakfast and dinner with your quarterback. Shout out Carter Edmonds, I'm pretty sure his name is. Yeah. Number 77, does those Instagram videos. But, he's not focused on that right now. He's focused on all that grind that he's been putting in the offseason. His team has been putting in the offseason and seeing.
And we got some coaches hyping up this sideline. Sorry to cut you off, Dom.
No, it's okay.
Big moment right here. Bulldogs need to drive and get in field goal range. Jackson takes a snap, looking deep, has no one open, directing traffic, pump fakes. It's just got to get rid of it.
Almost.
Great job by Jackson to get rid of that football.
Yes.
22 seconds left.
Almost intercepted.
Now we're going to talk about the time of possession.
Well, you have one timeout remaining if you're the Bulldogs.
Right. That time of possession drive that they had for the third quarter where they ate 10 minutes off the clock, will that affect them now?
And it's getting loud over here on this Raiders sideline. Like you were saying, Daryl, 22 seconds left here to play. 17-14 is the score here on the Solano College Sports Network. Bulldogs break the huddle. 3 receivers, strong side of the field, 1 at the bottom. Jackson takes the snap, surveying the field, is going deep over the middle. It's intercepted, and the Raiders are going to win this football game. Taking it back, and he's tackled. Bulldog season is over.
And they were sitting on the slant route that has been so
Bulldog season
effective.
Is over.
It's over. It's taken away by Baby Scatterboo. Baby Scatterboo with the game-sealing interception.
And
it is number 22, Trace Kloss with the big play.
Yeah.
And these Raider fans, for what they thought, 2 minutes left in the game, thought it was going to be a loss, turns into a victory, and poor Roman Connor Owens right now.
And that shows you how the Raiders never gave up. What looked like an easy layup, it wasn't. It turned into a fumble, and now they capitalized with the touchdown. Their defense was able to make another stop with another Bulldog turnover, and we're not used to seeing the Bulldogs offense play in this type of, 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, That's like in and out with 2 for 2.
And
right?
that's what could cost you a game, and that's what costed them the game. And this reminded me. This gave me the feeling of Rocky IV, where Rocky's fighting Ivan Drago in Russia. They cut them
And
with
look at
that
the
field
sideline
goal.
right
They
now,
cut them
ladies
with
and
that field
gentlemen.
goal. They knew that they weren't a robot. That's just a man. They're all just a bunch of men. And, they're men at the end of the day, too. And they came out with the win. Daryl, you said that this game wouldn't come down to 3 points, but it looks like they capitalized. Defense stood strong. Back against the wall.
Well, and what
now
was
they gotta
8
win.
straight victories for the Bulldog ends here tonight.
No.
What is ending to this game by the Raiders? And what can you say? Final score is 17-14 here on the Solano College Sports Network, as what was our final football game of the season.
Yeah, it is. And, even though we might not be able to do another football game this season, this is the most exciting game that we've seen, a playoff matchup. And this is an example of football. This is just an example. This is what you love to see, no matter what, who's winning or who's not. Football is a game of inches. Football is a game of strategy. It's like chess, but instead on a grass field. And that was just a great matchup from both teams, both coaches, and Raiders, they're on to the next.
Daryl, any final thoughts for you?
Yeah, the Raiders played their hearts out. They did not give up. And even to the fourth quarter, when it looked like they were just going to be it's over for them.
Yeah.
Even their crowd, they never gave up. And a fumble happens within the last 2 minutes of the game.
Exactly.
And then they score on it. Okay, that happened. Vacaville gets the ball back. Now they get an interception. So it was like when that fumble happened, the momentum shift, and and I have to say, I apologize, Dom. I apologize, Rob, because I said that this game wouldn't be about 3 points. But here it is, 3 points.
Exactly, and
Wow.
that's what could happen in any football game. And, I know we got to hurry up and cut this off, but, like I said, this game was going to come down to who goes the distance. Like I said, reminded me of Rocky, and that's what I believe this Raiders team was. I said at the start of the game, I said, you're going to have to be delusional to the fact that you are the best team in the building, and that's what they did.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us here on the Solano College Sports Network. Final score, once again, 17-14. Raiders win. Bulldog season is over. And we do have a basketball broadcast next Tuesday. For those of you who want to tune in, it will be live. But that's going to do it for us and our entire crew. I'd like to thank everyone who worked on this. Daryl Johnson, Domingo Daines, I would like to thank you for your color commentary. I'm Robert Murray, and saying good night to everyone watching.